Did you see the Freedom Convoy that's headed from the West Coast to DC?
I did not. Is it a trucker thing?
It is a trucker thing, and they're talking about putting the fences back up around the Capitol.
What is with the Freedom Convoy? What are they going for? What are they trying to work out?
I thought that was
Freedom
in
what?
Canada.
Oh, they hate tyranny.
Isn't that in Canada?
So tyranny,
All
like how are they being tyrannized?
I think I've been pretty clear about this. They hate tyranny, love freedom, and they're truckers. What more do you want to know?
We've got
You want
we've got
names,
these
numbers.
we have
Stop
Yeah, what do you
right
need? A blood type, Slush? What's wrong with you? They hate tyranny.
we have the best protesters outside of our the capital in Australia at the moment. So they've set up this camp, and it's essentially what they wanted to be a freedom convoy here, and they're all just like sitting around doing basically fuck all. And so there's just been like this going like thing where they're just freaking out. So there's a huge spate of pink eye because they're all just like they have like they're like shitting in the trunk of their car and stuff like that. So like
They're all just
fucking these
protesting
people
and
got
eating
pink eye.
ass.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm sorry.
so fun. The next one they're freaking out about. They're freaking about that they were getting watched from the trees, and there's like a video of this guy picking out like it's like a breather thing for trees. They put them into trees to help them grow, and he's picking out this tiny little plastic thing. And he's like, "It's a secret camera," and like freaking out that they're being watched. And then the third one, they all got sunburnt because it was really hot, and now they're accusing the government of using sound-based weapons on them because they're all sunburnt.
That is really funny using your smartphone that can track you anywhere on Earth to take a picture of a piece of plastic around a tree. Like they're tracking me. Meanwhile, let's put this back in the pocket. Like,
by the way, SlushPuppy's watching a video of this guy saying that he's being videotaped by a piece of plastic in a tree, but he is being videoed.
Yeah,
by himself, probably.
Oh, I imagine somebody else did it. Okay.
I was picturing him like vlogging it.
Yeah.
So is that so? Pink eye. I remember as a kid because you mentioned pink eye, and it made me think. Like the thing as a kid is everybody was like, "Oh, that means you got poop particles in your eye."
Yeah.
Is that's true, or that was a kid thing?
Yeah.
Yeah. If you get poop particles in your eye, a lot of people get it if they like travel to like you don't really call them third world countries anymore, but like you go to a place like, I don't know, stay in a shitty hotel in Vietnam and you don't use your own pillowcase and it hasn't been washed correctly with like sanitized water, then it has poop particles in the water. You get it from the pillow and stuff like that. Like that's usually how people get it. Or just
have you guys had it before?
Not washing their hands properly.
Remember, I thought I had pink eye like in January, I think, but it was a sty. Oh,
they're way worse.
Dude, I popped that bitch.
Bitch.
There was so much pus in my in my eyelid. Oh my god, it was so painful that like my whole eye was throbbing. I couldn't sleep on that side, and like I eventually I popped it with a Q-tip. Like I was like rolling the pus with the Q-tip like under the skin until it just started like flowing out. It was so gross. It was awful.
I hate that.
But like it was one of those things where like I don't know if you ever like banged your thumb and got like a blood blister that you had to pop with like a melt through with like a hot needle or something. But that immediate release of pressure is so nice. Like getting all of that pressure off that nerve, like whatever it is, it's just like, oh, thank God we fixed the problem.
Dude, pink eye is gonna feel like a walk in the park compared to that. Like pink eye is just like you can't see that well out of. I haven't had it since I was a young kid. It seems like a kid disease because you're just dirty and grimy all the time, touching your face and eyes. But like. Yeah, your eye burns, it stings, it like gets that crusty shit when you wake up in the morning and you have to pull it off your eyelashes.
Like conjunctivitis.
Just
like
yeah.
Like I don't think it's that bad, but it's hilarious that all these idiots got it because they don't know how to wash their hands or like I don't know, not pick their own assholes.
It could be. Funny, have you ever thought about the government chemtrailing poo particles over their parade?
That's true.
Exactly. Yeah.
You've never thought about that, have you, dumbass?
Exactly.
Feeling a little targeted, Taylor.
No, what they're doing is now they're going to say they're not. They're going to say they're not doing it, but they are filling these entire giant planes with feces and crop dusting, literally the Freedom Convoy with pink eye. Yes, that's the reason my eyes are red.
Definitely not.
Because I was supporting our freedom convoys by eating out an American trucker's ass. The way you do. The way Americans do. Man, he is fun. I haven't seen anything about that guy in a while. Alex Jones.
Yeah, I don't know. I like protesting. I don't know what they're protesting for. Is it an anti-mask thing? Is that what they're? I know.
I think it's anti-lockdowns.
Yeah.
Or that was
How are
Canada,
lockdowns
right?
hurting
I think it's
truckers?
anti-
I don't know anything about this American
everything
one.
to do with COVID mandates or something like that. I don't know.
I heard Canada was about lockdowns. I didn't even know
They hate
America was doing one.
vaccines? Oh, I think in
No,
Canada, they
most of
needed
the
to be
Canadians are
vaccinated.
vaccinated. Yeah,
But I
like
think you have
90%
to
of
be
the truckers are
to
vaccinated
cross
in
the
Canada.
border or be a trucker or something, and they didn't like
Yeah,
that.
and so most of the truckers in Canada are vaccinated. They're just against lockdowns and shit, like mandates. I didn't know America was doing one of these.
Are you guys all vaccinated? Do you go and get it?
No, I got that natural immunity.
Yeah.
I'm vaccinated and I got my booster like late last year before I went to Mexico, maybe even this year.
Yeah. Yeah, they sort of like they made it was just like everyone in Australia has to get it, but it wasn't like get it or you'll die, because like I work from home, but there was places where it's like, yeah, you can't come into work. Like if you're working as a nurse or something like that, you have to have it. But it's
I think we had that too for nurses for a while anyway. Like I guess America, if you had a government contract, the government had the ability to ask you to be vaccinated, or they thought they did. So that was enforced for a little while, and then if I have my story right, they lost that court case and it became not enforced because if you have a hospital, you basically work for the government. Like you can't have a hospital and not take Medicare or Medicaid. So they were able to sort of say you're a government contractor, and then they lost. I think
it seems like it's kind of all this stuff's kind of like fading now.
Yeah, but it's
Or
all,
is that not the feeling
in Australia? That is like, they'll no longer ask for vaccination proof for jobs and stuff like that. But I think that they've gotten to the point where like 80 or 90% of the population is vaccinated anyway, and they're just like, yeah, okay, it's done. Let's. But
what's vaccinated anymore? Like, for example, this vaccination lasts about a year. And
yeah, see, that's the thing. Like when the vaccine was coming out, it was like this will
less than that,
100% immunity, and you'll never get it again. And then they're like, now you have to take a booster, and then they're like, nah, now you're gonna have to get a third booster. And it's like, because it feels like you got told that it was just like one and done, and then they're just like, no, you need more.
I think it's more like the flu shot where you need an annual booster. Or Taylor seemed to just hint that it was.
I thought it was.
Was it like 6 months?
I thought it was some period of months. I hadn't heard the year figure before. I could be wrong. I don't know.
I could be wrong too. I'm not very confident in that. But then I heard someone say, like, what is vaccinated? Vaccinated means you're not eligible for a booster. Like, ooh, well, by that definition, a lot of people are unvaccinated again.
Yeah.
Yeah. That would be like pretty soon the majority again or whatever.
Right.
Yeah. It's just a time march, right?
Yeah. So I don't know. I'm happy to be boosted. I feel good that I went to Mexico, traveled on a flight internationally twice, and didn't get sick. Like that's nice. Yep. But who knows?
Did you wear a mask when you flew? Did you?
Yeah, I actually got a good mask. So the truth is, I wear a cloth mask a lot, and sometimes I have a mask. I don't know, but for the flight, I was like, and for most of the Mexico trip, I had like a good M95 tight fitting mask.
Yeah. I think I'd wear one if I traveled, and not because even if it wasn't mandated. I'm sort of like, I haven't been sick for so long because I haven't traveled and stuff like that. And I used to get sick when I traveled a lot, and now I'm like, I look at it and I'm like, even once it's gone, I think I'm just gonna wear one when I travel anyway, because it's like I fucking hate getting sick on airplanes.
It's kind of nice that masks have become culturally acceptable. Like
if
you wore a mask a few years ago, you were a serious weirdo. I read an article on Southwest Airlines. On Southwest, you sit anywhere you want. I think that's how it works. So just kind of have priority and who gets to choose first. This guy would wear a mask on the plane, as if there was any empty seat, it would be next to him, because he was a fucking weirdo wearing a mask.
And, you see somebody wearing a mask, you're like, what does he have?
I mean, you say the only people you see that wear like a mask normally is like Chinese people. You see them and you're like, oh yeah, that like it's all Asian people. Yeah.
Asian
people. You're like, oh, that's normal. Yeah, that's normal for Asian people to wear masks. But white people, it was weird.
And not get sick on a plane, like I think that'll be a viable cultural option for a long time.
Yeah.
It's that's one of the places it's still required everywhere here. Last time I flew, it was like they still require masks on planes.
Yeah.
I'm in Missouri, so like it's different, but like the flights are all the same everywhere because airports. But like you like walking around grocery stores here, like not many, like none of the places say like wear a mask anymore. The people inside aren't wearing masks for the most part.
I think we still wear masks when every time we go indoors anywhere to like public places. So if you go to the supermarket and stuff like that. So
for here, if it's a big store, you wear a mask. So like I want to say the Walmarts, definitely the grocery stores in my area, you would wear a mask. But like the Quickie Mart at the gas station, a lot of people won't mask for that. You know, various mom and pop stores.
That's how it started here. Is like the gas stations were like none at all. Nobody cared. And then like the grocery stores followed that. And for quite a while here, it's been very few. Like it's almost the opposite here. Like if it's a little mom and pop place that still wants people to wear masks, it'll be like, please wear a mask when you're in here. And it's like, okay, whatever, I don't care. But most places don't have a sign or anything.
Where do you keep your mask? Like, is it in your pocket, like a key, or is it in your truck?
I have like a pack of those, like not the really good ones, like the ones that are like they're better than cloth, but they're shittier than like the good one. And I just a giant sleeve of those in my closet, and I just leave it there so that I don't lose them. Because I initially, like when this all started, I'm like, this will be my fucking COVID mask, and then it was like, lose it. And I was like, okay, I'm just gonna buy a giant thing, and they're all right there, and I don't fucking touch them until I'm about to walk out the door, and I just stuff them in my pocket.
That's what I do. I always I have them near the front door, and then I just walk out and grab another one, or I have like fucking millions of them in my car now. So
I have like 3.
Are those things gonna take forever to decompose? Because that's the number one kind of litter I see now. It's absurd. It's like they're beating the shit out of cigarette smokers,
dude, and it looks terrible. Like a trampled mask in a gutter. Like is that what this curve is called? A gutter?
Yeah,
it looks terrible. It's one of the ugliest pieces of trash around.
You got like, there's like other people's face germs in there, and then there's another guy's like whatever he had on his foot,
on the verge of like medical waste.
It's definitely medical waste.
So it's like it's the next thing I see going to be a AIDS-ridden syringe. Like, where are we going? Is there going to be a human hand after this? Like,
I was at a stopover on my way home from Mexico at like Dulles, Texas. You know, that's Fort Worth, that real popular airport. And in the what is the VIP section called? Like the Admirals Club or whatever. So I'm in there. And I'm like ready to chill, and they have these nice chairs, like lounge chairs with TVs that swing in front of you. And I'm like, this is where I'm fucking going. And there's only one other person in there, and he's about to sneeze, and he takes off his mask. He's like, achoo, and he puts his mask back on. I'm like, motherfucker, I'm not going in that room. Like, that's the fucking opposite of what I want. Like, this guy's gonna really like my move where I fucking fuck with a condom and then take it off and jizz in her.
Oh, fuck. Why would you do that? Why would you even bother wearing a mask if you're gonna do that? Like, what a fucking idiot.
I understand that impulse because I've been in public wearing the mask and I'm about to sneeze, and your thought, like just like that top of mind, like reptile brain is like, get this off your face or it's going to get gross. And you're like, and then you're like, oh no, wait, I don't want to do that. That's why this is here.
I do that hold in my sneeze move, you know, when I have a mask on.
Oh yeah. Well, I was told in first grade that could pop your eyes out, and so I was always afraid to hold in a sneeze.
All right. Well, I've been doing it for quite some time. That hasn't happened yet. But is it like bad for you? Is it bad manners? I don't know. I think I feel like when I can't sneeze, if I'm in an environment where sneezing would be bad, maybe I'm surrounded by people. That's my move. But I also feel like I wasn't supposed to.